Greetings YouTube, it's Matt from the Green Arcade. We're back. We're picking right up where we left off. So we're plowing. If you didn't see the last video, we're down here. We bought everything. We own all the lands. All the lands now. We own the whole map. We're the master of the universe, or whatever. But yeah, we're creating new fields, merging fields, expanding fields. You can kind of see where the perimeter is there, so we're making one field out of this. Gonna make one field out of this, and then one field out of that, and then we're gonna make all of this one field once we get the trees cut down. So we have two big fields down here. And I think the plan for right now, you know what, I'm looking at that. We could probably expand that away if we cut some of them trees down there, because the river does go up a little bit, doesn't it? We'll have to look at that. Unless there's a cliff there, then we won't. We won't touch it. Alright, let's keep going. I'm locked in at 0 here. I'm going straight south. I think I'm going to curve around and hit that other side. Not really trying to join these up because this is all getting plowed out anyway. Just doing. No really right or wrong way to do this here. It's all getting plowed out anyway. Oh no, I finished my orange soda. Whatever will I do? Open up the next one. That's what I'll do. This is actually not an orange soda. This is another Dr. Pepper that I got on when I took my break a while ago. Boy, those saves. You can feel those saves when we hit them. I feel like I'm forgetting something. You ever get that feeling when you feel like you're forgetting something? Like you have the strange feeling you're supposed to be somewhere, or you forgot to do something. I've kind of got that feeling right now. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What is today? Today's the 30th? August 30th. I don't think I have to be anywhere. I'm not supposed to work. August 30th. I know yesterday was August 29th, which was the day that Skynet was supposed to take over back in 1997, which did not happen. And it depends on where you go with the series of the Terminator series is what you believe in, because now there's like an alternate universe. Kind of weird to think about. Oh, is it 2:40 a.m.? Where are you at? You left your house without pants once. That's some serious sleepage. Also a very serious problem. (2:40 a.m.) Do you live in like Guam or Hawaii or the Marshall Islands or honey, where are my pants? Someone stole my pants. I remember that movie from that movie the movie about the guy Fred Randall. He's becomes an astronaut. He's like the computer guy that designed the software for the Mars landing crew, and he ends up being an astronaut on the Mars landing crew. And he's going through all the NASA tests, right? That they put you through. Some of them are physical, some of them are psychological. One of them is where they had to spend like 24 hours in isolation, and he was in competition with another guy that was also trying to win a seat on the Mars landing crew, and they had to sit in the isolation chamber for 24 hours. When they opened the one guy's chamber, he had his pants tied around his head, and he's like, "Someone stole my pants." Really funny. Oh, Skynet. Oh, okay. Skynet becomes self-aware at 2:40 a.m. Okay, August 29th, 1997. Yeah, again, it goes back to which branch of the universe you follow. So you had the original Terminator, right? Then you had Terminator 2. Then you had Terminator 3. Then you had Terminator Salvation. And then what came after Salvation? Was it Genesis? So if you follow Genesis, you could still kind of follow the original kind of series, but with Genesis, that means Terminator 2 never happened. So then they came out with Terminator Dark Fate, and Dark Fate is a sequel to Terminator 2, but it takes an alternate universe turn from Terminator 3. So I don't know, you can basically watch whichever Terminator universe you want to follow, and only 2 Terminator movies. That's what I say. You know, that's Terminator, the original Terminator, and Terminator 2. Terminator 3 was kind of along the lines of the original universe of that original series. Whereas, you know, Skynet did actually take over, and you had it kind of keeps in line with, you know, it has to deal with time travel, and then you go back and think about time travel and the alternate universes and paradoxes and all that, and it kind of fits in. They didn't really stop Judgment Day in Terminator 2 according to Terminator 3, they just kind of prolonged it. So it still happened. Plus, the bad Terminator in Terminator 3 was pretty hot. You gotta admit that. And Salvation really didn't have anything to do with, like, the original lineup, because it's all set in the future from that point. Last one you watched was Genesis. Yeah, Genesis kind of erases. I say erase. It kind of goes back to the first one, right? But then it sets it up to where none of the stuff in Terminator 2 ever happened. So I don't really know how to feel about Genesis. It's another one of those alternate universe type things. Now, Dark Fate, they didn't really explain how that worked. So John Connor sent back Kyle Reese in the first one, right, to protect Sarah Connor. And then you've got John Connor sending back a Terminator to protect himself as a child in the second one, right? So if you follow the Dark Fate universe, the Terminator kills John Connor. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. The Terminator kills John Connor. So how did John Connor send back Kyle Reese and the Terminator in the first two? Unless somebody was posing as John Connor, they never really kind of explained that. Plus, in Terminator 3, they killed off Sarah Connor, but she comes back in the alternate universe of Dark Fate, so, yeah. I don't know, it's kind of one of those situations, you know, in Austin Powers when he time traveled. He's like, oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Kind of one of those situations when you try to think about it too hard. Nope, turn. Change my GPS to where it'll do 5-degree increments. So I kind of have to. You kind of have to be a little more precise on which direction you're pointing as to where it locks in at. Those movies have been out for literally years, some of them decades. So if you haven't seen them by now, that's not really a spoiler alert. If a movie has been out over a year or over 5 years and you haven't seen it, that's on you. You should have seen it by now. And rumor has it they're working on another Terminator movie, so I don't know. I guess, what is it supposed to be, a sequel to Dark Fate? Maybe, I guess. I don't know. You know, the only thing they really can't make a sequel to, Titanic. What are you gonna do? Create an alternate universe for the Titanic where it didn't sink? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Wicked thing either. You know, the Wizard of Oz series stuff. So they did Wicked, and Wicked is really more of like a Broadway musical kind of thing. So they did Wicked, and now they're doing a sequel to Wicked. And you know, everybody's all about Wicked. You know, I don't even understand why. Now I did like the prequel that they did to the Wizard of Oz, Oz the Great and Powerful. It kind of did the story of how the wizard became to be in Oz. But yeah, I don't follow the whole Wicked stuff. And I don't remember when I stopped watching Fast and Furious. I guess when it got ridiculous, because it does get ridiculous there. Still got some movies that I haven't seen though, so there's quite a few out there that I need to sit down and watch. The fifth Indiana Jones movie. Haven't seen that yet. I don't even know what number it is in the series. The last Skywalker movie in Star Wars. I haven't seen that yet. Gotta sit down and watch that. The last one, so the fourth movie in the Ghostbusters series I haven't seen. The Frozen one. I haven't seen that one. Trying to remember all the ones I haven't seen. I did see the original Jurassic World, but I haven't seen any of the ones after that. I'm more of a Jurassic Park guy. You're watching the old WWE Monday Night Raws. Where do you watch those at? Where can you go back and watch the original Raw shows? Is there a place where you can go and stream those like in order? I would go back and watch the entire Attitude Era. You're just gonna have to tell me we don't have the links activated here. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's probably a website. They used to have WWE Network that you could watch, and I don't think they have that anymore. Now they've been on Netflix, which was, I think, a mistake. And now they're going to ESPN, if I saw that right. Oh, it's on Peacock. Okay. Probably all edited too. All the WWF Legos. Probably all the old WWF logos have probably been either blurred out or had little blocks put in where you can't see them. What did I do? Oh, I hit that hire button. Don't want to hire this. Yeah, I remember watching the early days, way back in the day, but I really got into it when the Attitude Era kind of hit. So you had DX, you had The Undertaker and the Ministry, and you had Stone Cold, and you had The Rock, and just basically the whole Attitude Era. Raw is not on Peacock anymore in the States. Oh, okay. Wonder if it's going to ESPN too then. Good morning, Big Al. How's it going? Yeah, creating some new fields. We bought the big southeast territory here. Probably going to take a while to get these all these fields plowed up because this is a big territory. Probably going to take a minute. This might take us a weekend or two to do. I'm working on this area right here because this is right down by the spinnery, and I want to do cotton down here. We do our cotton down here, then we can take our cotton straight over to the spinnery when we buy that production, which I really want to do this episode because we've got cotton bales over there to pick up, and we've got cotton bales up north. Raw is on Netflix, but they do not have all the old episodes in the States. So if you're not in the United States, you can watch all the old Raw episodes. Okay. Yeah, we're still talking about WWE. He says that here in America, they do not have all the old episodes on Peacock. What Sean's saying. I don't know. I don't have Peacock. Most of WWE is on Peacock, but Raw isn't. Okay. And say I have a few old WWF stuff over on Apple TV. Like the King of the Ring match between The Undertaker and Mick Foley, Mankind. The one where he throws him off the cell. I've got a lot of old WWF VHS tapes. I remember buying those. Gosh, that was back in the 90s or early 2000s. Went up north and visited family up there, and we went to a lot of thrift stores and pawn shops and stuff. You'd be surprised how much wrestling stuff is available at like pawn shops and thrift stores and stuff like that up there. Ton of stuff. A lot of them were like, some of them were new, still in the wrapper. Some of them were in really good condition. I've got a whole VHS kind of lineup of like Attitude Era stuff. It's not just Raw stuff, but it's like a whole big. You put the VHSs together, and the spines of the VHS kind of like is like the artwork kind of all lines up. Really nice little VHS collection. Maybe it was all Raw stuff. I don't even know. I'd have to go back and look at it again. I've still got it somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened back in the day that, was all part of the story. I still can't believe that Vince McMahon is not, you know, over the WWE anymore. I mean, I know he's getting old. They're all getting old, but I always thought that would always be a family business. You had Vince, and then you had wasn't Vince's dad actually like the guy that kind of started it all, and then Vince took it to where nobody ever thought it would really go that far, but Vince kind of took the company to where it you know is today, and I always thought it would be like Shane McMahon taking over when Vince stepped down, and then maybe Stephanie. And Linda McMahon, she's actually working in the government now, isn't she? She like the secretary or something? Speed back up here. See what my max speed is. Looks like 12. Yo, good morning. How's it going? Good, good. Yo, everybody's yo today. Yo ho, a farmer's life for me. Good morning, AC Gaming. How's it going? You should start a world for logging and let your viewers play. That's an idea. If they ever brought back, and I don't know if they have or not, there was that map. What was that map that we played? Oh, what was the name of that map? It was towards the end of 22. There were two versions of that map. It already had a pretty big, like the whole northern half of that map was forest. And then they had some pre-made fields on there. The other version of that map, it was all forest. Now this was a 4X map. Silver Run would be a good one. That'd be a good idea. I would have to, if I did that, I would have to make the mods where it would be cross-play mods. What was the name of that map? I want to say it was a 4X map. Was it Deadwood? I want to say it might have been Deadwood. It had on there where you could do like the... Yeah, I'm on PC. But if I did do one where I opened it up, it would have to be a PC console map if I opened it up like that. That's not a bad idea. Go back and do the Silver Run save or something. And only turn on mods that are cross-play mods. Yeah, I think it was Deadwood. There were two versions of the map. There was the I guess regular version, which is what we played, and then I think later he came out with one that was all forest. Like right after we started like really getting into it. I remember the other New York map, what was that one? Started with an M. 4X map. Had Jason in the campground up there. Started with an M. Gosh, I always forget the name of that map. We played that back in 19 or early 22. Was it Middleton? Middleton, maybe? Middleton, New York or something? No, I don't think it was Middleton. Started with an M. Based on a real location, though. We started that one out with all old school equipment. You're on console and you like the one based in New Jersey. What is that one based in New Jersey? Is it... No, that's North Carolina. I'm thinking of Farmville. It's not Farmville, North Carolina. Which one is it? Middleburg, that's it. Not Middleton. I was close. Middleburg is the one. That's the 4X map that we played back, gosh, it was either 19 or early 22. Middleburg, New York, yep. Yeah, Griffith, Indiana was pretty good. How many hours do I have on the map now? Let's see. Is there a place to look? Where do you look? Statistics, maybe? Where is it at on here? You can see how many trees I've cut down. I've cut down 4,813 trees. Time played. There you go. Whoop, nope, there's a save. Let me get out of here while I'm plowing. I don't want to... Come on. What does that say? What is that? Is that in hours? 914 hours? Time played on the right. 914 hours. I've played 6 hours and 20 minutes this session. So I've had this going since early this morning. I actually get stuff kind of rolling before the stream starts. So I've been playing this one a total of 6 hours. Is there a place? I don't think there's a place to look like total in like not just the map but in the game. Guess I could look on Steam. I don't know where to look at it on Steam at though. You know what? I could probably look at it on the app maybe. Let me see if I can find it. Ooh. me games. Let's see, Farming Simulator 25. So far, in Farming Simulator 25, I have 2,543 hours. Farming Simulator 22, I had 6,344 hours. Would have had more there if I hadn't had my heart attack. Farming Simulator 19, I had 7,309 hours. So I played way more 19 than I did 22, and I'm on my way with Farming Simulator 25. I'm already up to the 2,500. So, but you know, there's other games that I've kind of gotten into, and that I want to get into. So obviously the Flight Simulator one. Want to really spend a lot of time over there. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, career mode and, you know, free flight and stuff like that. Kind of want to see the world over there, and it's a really detailed world. You know, it's actually based on satellite data, so kind of looking forward to spending some time over there. Yeah, I had a heart attack. For those of you that don't know, I had a heart attack back in March of 24. Yeah. Think you have the whole map memorized by now? I'm getting there. I still don't have it all memorized, but there's still some areas that, unless I've bought the production, I still don't know where a lot of the production or sell points are. Can we play the logging map when you get done plowing? Well, the thing is, I would have to go in and select the mods that are crossplay, and then I'd have to set the map up. So I'd have to go in and kind of filter them out. And the way you do it on PC is like, you can take your mod folder that has all your mods and you can back that up to another folder. So that's probably what I'd do. I'd take all the mods that we have here on Judith Plains, back those up to another folder, and then probably just do a clean slate on all the mods. And then that way, you know, it'd be easier for you guys to load up, because whether they're active or not, the mods, I think for the game at least, it would still take the time to load up, even if they're active or not. So I'd probably just want to do a clean slate. That way it would be easier on you guys and there wouldn't be any conflict or issues. I sound young? Well, thank you. I enjoy sounding young. If I change my voice, I can sound like Little Billy. I think I'm officially, and this has been a debate, I think I'm officially over the hill. I've been told that's not over the hill, my age, but I think I'm officially over the hill. Yeah, I had a good one too. It wasn't just like a minor heart attack or anything. I had a really good heart attack. I was in the cardiac ICU for 67 days. Had a... gosh, it was either triple or quadruple bypass. and had a heart pump put in. So I have the heart pump. And I think they want to do a transplant at some point in the future. It's been kind of a discussion, so. Yeah, that was a little bit of sarcastic humor, I guess, maybe. I had a good one. That means it was a really good one. It's like saying when you have fun at work. Who has fun at work? Not really a whole lot of people. Unless you, like, work in the fun zone or something like that, or, you know, pizza place, or, you know, some... I would say anybody that works in an arcade is, you know, has a fun job, but, you know, there's downfalls to every job out there, I guess. Yeah, when I say a good one, I mean it was like, it was a good one. It was a really good one. None of them are great, but you know, it was pretty good on the scale of, you know, 1 to 10. How good was your heart attack? It was great. It was yeah, it was pretty great. It was a pretty good one. Your grandma's in the hospital right now? I hate to hear that. I'm officially king of the hill now. I don't know that I'm king of the hill. I think I'm over the hill. Because the old saying, you know, you're over the hill, you know, it's all downhill from here. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, it's all really downhill. Even though it feels like you're going uphill. I think mine is really more genetics, I think, or maybe, what is it, hereditary, maybe? Both my grandfathers had heart attacks. So yeah, they say it could be, you know, there's all kinds of things they say. They say it could be stress. They say it could be, you know, your weight. It could be your anything like that. Well, number one, it's not my weight because I don't weigh that much. I used to. I used to weigh quite a bit, and then I lost all my weight back about 15. No, it was over 15 years ago. Lost all the weight, but it could be from that. And then they said it could be just hereditary. I have a feeling it's more of that. Given that both my grandpas had heart problems, and I guess I'm part of the club that nobody wants to be a part of. But, you know, it is what it is. Just about got this field done. I'll be able to bring the a planter down here, so I'll have to find one. Actually, I got a planter that I want to sell. Maybe trade in on another one. I think I got a planter and a tractor. Trade in. Yeah, that could be. Could be. They also said that it could have been, and there's, a lot of debate here, but it could have been the COVID vaccine, which being a medical worker, I was one of the first ones to get the COVID vaccine. And a lot of people that got the COVID vaccine are having heart problems. So it could have been that. I didn't have any heart problems before. So, and it might have just been one of those silent sleeping things that I didn't know about. I'll take another end off of this here. Gives me more room to turn around. I'm going to turn off create field. And I'm going to take this up here and plow out these areas. And then in a minute here, I'm going to go grab a planter and we'll plant some cotton right in here. See if it'll load the lines in here. Yeah, looks like it loads them in there pretty good. We'll do 2 headlands here. Alright, got him rolling. Tell you what, we're gonna run over here to the spinnery. This is the spinnery. This is where we'll take all of our cotton bales. While that guy's plowing, he's got to plow all that up before I can start the planting. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and buy the spinnery. Not too bad of a price, $180,000 for that. So let's buy that. And then also we want to get the tailor shop because all of our fabric has to go to the tailor shop. And it's up here in Moccasin. I just got to find it. I think it's that one. No, that's the bakery. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. So this is the tailor shop. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put all of this on distributing. So the only thing we really have to take in is the bales to the spinnery. So we'll buy this. This is 240. Okay. Alright, so let's go grab... Oh, there's a save. Let's go grab our truck with the cotton bales while that guy's plowing. We got quite a few here. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and take these in. I'll go ahead and try to load some of these up. I need to reset them, don't I? Mount on back trailer. Nope. There we go. There we go. Just had to reset, kind of. So I'll come back for those other 2 bales there. Like the chickens are out there in the field again. Got a lot of fields up here to merge together. Trees to clear, fields to merge together. Lots and lots of work. I know it probably won't be an overnight thing, but I have to go back to selling silage again. We got enough alfalfa and clover out there that we could probably afford to sell some silage. Now the question is, can I get into the spinnery with these trailers? There's the entrance. Where is the drop-off zone? So this looks like the drop-off zone. It's not a very big zone, is it? We either come in through here and then go around that way. Problem is all these cars out here. I may have to get rid of some of them. Too many cars out here. Let me see if I can get in here. And do I have to unload? Whoa boy. And one problem with this daisy chaining these trailers is they get kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna have to go down to single trailers when it comes to cotton bales. See what, let me disconnect that back one. I'll come back with a tractor for it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, too many cars out here. They parked in a towing zone. Alright, let's see. Oh, they do go in there, okay. Well, that's good. I don't have to unload them off the trailer. Alright. Got that. And go grab one of these other tractors down here, I guess. You know what? I need to put this on. I'm glad I just thought about that. I need to put this on distributing. Find the spinnery here. Spinnery. That needs to be on. Not selling. Distributing. So I guess I've got both of them. They're not active yet, so I'll activate these now that it is on distributing. Let me put these in there. Okay. What is the button? Used to be a button to raise and lower that. Maybe I can't do it with it on a tractor. I don't know. It might be that it's just the hitch pin part that does it. Alright, so I'm going to park this over here. I'll just use the truck to get the other ones. Ooh. Alright. Yeah, I see it, Sean. It hasn't gone any further than it has, so I want to let it ride right now. If it goes any further, let's see. You know what? I haven't set the tailor shop up. Where's the tailor shop? That needs to be on selling. Here we go. So I need to activate that too now. So we're on selling there. We're going to be automatically selling the clothes. And it says that it doesn't have anything there yet. So that's just, I think that's because it's still processing up here in the spinnery. Yeah. It's got to get to a certain point of where it's got enough fabric to actually do stuff. Alright, and I am full, so I'll have to come back for the last few bales down here. Maybe a little bit of both. Alright, I need to go grab, let me go grab those other two up there, up north. And then we can move this entire cotton operation down south here. Winter shorts. Huh. I don't know if we're doing winter shorts. Summer, maybe we're doing summer coats. Alright. Question is, can I go 74 miles an hour through the city of Hobson? We're about to find out. Probably not going to be. Probably not going to end good. Whoa. Oh yeah, look at that. That's not bad. I think I lost a little speed back there in front of McDonald's, but spring hoodies. Maybe. And I don't see any more bales down that way, so Oh man, I didn't even think of that. So, you know how all over the internet and the news and everything, how Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged to be wed now. They're engaged to be married. It's not that big a deal. I mean, come on, it's not. It's not Macho Man Randy Savage and what was her face back in the day. It's not that big. Okay. So now they're warning the NFL referees not to uh, show favoritism to the Chiefs because of the engagement. Now, when did the NFL become drama? I mean, when did it become like an episode of Melrose Place or something? You know, it's like, what is happening here? Okay, park this right outside here. Next time we need it, we'll be down here. Alright, so now, how's this guy doing over here? He's got most of it done, looks like. Yeah, no, I take that back. No, he didn't. That's just the fert thing. So I do need to come in and fertilize this field over here. I think I'm going to wait and take care of all of that later, though. I'll come back in and do that. So let me actually grab another plow. Who it's going to be, nobody knows. Maybe the deer. Do need to come in and create these fields, though. Let's find somebody that's not busy. Wait, was that? That's the roller. I was like, is that the other planter I was looking for? He's doing that. This is the tractor that I'm probably going to sell. Probably sell that one. That's got cedar on it. I may end up taking... Ooh, we got a lot of stuff, don't we? I may end up taking this guy down there, I guess. Just for right now. You know what? Let me run back here and get some fuel real quick. Good thing you don't watch it. Yeah, over the years, I have kind of slowed down on watching the NFL. I think it's all staged anyway. So all of that is done. Need to work on the center parts down here. And then back there. I think I'm gonna have to move the cotton picker though. Yeah, it's still parked down here. I'll just move this across the road for right now. I still may have to bring another plow down here. If I get this guy going down here, once I get all this kind of merged together, and that guy's still going over there, I may still have to bring another one. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. I've got to still plow all that out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break, guys, and then I'll be back in just a couple minutes. And I'm back. Yeah, that's the thing. This, if you don't have the field completely done, like if you have any areas like this, even if it's just a little small, like little smidge, if it's not cleared, then when it tries to calculate the total square acreage, it doesn't calculate it right. So you got to have it all done before it will show you any lines on that, at least on the internal part. he's getting about done. He's about done with this one field that was there. And then he should move over to this section next. Maybe by the time he gets done down there, I'll be done doing over here, and then I can move back there by the river, and then he can come down here and plow these areas out down here. It's a little bit larger down here, though. He just had really those 2 fields there. Now he's got these 3 fields, and they're a little bit bigger. At least this one is. And again, I've got to see. I've actually got to come back and hit that right in there. And I'm gonna come back later and hit it with the fertilizer. I'll go ahead and put the fert in with the planter, and if it puts down, if it's one of those situations where it does the final stage while it's planting, that's fine. If it does the first stage while it's planting, that's fine. I can come back later and hit it with the fertilizer after we've planted and we get into the kind of the first growth stage there. Do some post-planting fertilizing. First time want to try the game, is it worth buying Farming Simulator 25? My vote is yes. If you enjoy any of the previous Farming Simulator games, or if you have a general interest in like the agricultural simulation stuff, whether it be farming the fields, the animals, now you have production chains. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth it. If you don't like farming, if you don't like, if it's not something of interest to you, then obviously, maybe not your cup of tea. But if you do play any of the previous games, I know that I enjoy it. You've never done the farming? Yeah, I mean, it's a great first game. And if you enjoy this one, when the next one comes out, you'll probably want that one if you enjoy it. Yeah, it's a very relaxing game, very, very chill game. There's no wrong way to play it either. There's the in-game mod hub that you can go to, and there's a ton of additional mods and stuff that you can download and use. I know there's a lot of, just go under tractors here. Just go under small tractors. So everything with the green text is a mod starting here. So you can go with the Buer, you can go case. There's a lot of older equipment you can get that's available on both the PlayStation and the PC, Xbox, you know, console and PC. Tons of stuff you can get. Yeah, and that's the thing with each farming simulator that's released, you get the expansion. So with 25, you know, we got goats, we got new crop types, we got rice, we got long grain rice, we got the vegetable add-ons that were actually a DLC in 22, but you know they came in game. So we got carrots and parsnips and red beets. Additional productions, so you have a canning factory, you have a soup factory. I'm probably going to leave out a lot of stuff. There's so much new stuff that comes along with the games. Go under crop types. So yeah, you got your traditional wheat, barley, canola. We have oats, corn, sunflower, soybeans, potatoes, rice, long grain rice. Those are added in. Sugar beets, sugar cane, cotton, sorghum, grapes, olives, poplars, red beets, carrots, parsnips, green beans, peas, spinach, grass, oilseed radish, and then the alfalfa and clover is exclusive. I think not really exclusive, but it's on this map. That doesn't come in game. So they do have add-ons where you can add stuff, all kinds of different things. Oh yeah, God rays. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, what they call the God rays. So if you're looking through a tree, the best place to really demonstrate it is probably down there around the river. It's at certain times when there's fog. But yeah, there's the fog, and the lighting is different now. I don't know that I can really demonstrate the lighting here real well. Not really a ton of fog right where I'm at right now. I don't know that there's any fog down there. There might be. I'm just gonna fly down there and see. I don't think there's any at this time of day. Depends on the weather and it depends on the time of day, but sometimes you'll get fog down here. Down by the river. Yeah, I don't think it's the right time of day. Don't think it's the right time of day. Don't think it's the right weather, right, really, for it. Sometimes there's some over here. Yeah, no, I don't. I just think it's not the right time of day. Don't really see any fog right now. And then we are getting, with this expansion coming out, if you don't, you know, shoot for the year one season pass or just the DLC itself, we're getting an expansion pack in November that's adding a new map. It is adding onions, so like field onions. There's already onions if you get a greenhouse, but they're putting in like the field onions. They're also putting in fish. So you'll be able to have like a fish farm. You'll be able to do like the stockfish, like in, what do you call them? Stockfish, I guess, maybe? Yeah, so you can farm the fish. You can actually go fishing. You can go out on a boat, do fish that way. You can grab your rod and your reel and your bait, I guess. And I wonder if you got to buy bait or string, maybe fish string or something. I don't know. But you can grab your rod and go down to the river, or maybe the lake, or probably any body of water that has fish. I guess maybe stocked in it or something. And yeah, you can go fishing. I'm looking forward to that. That's something that's kind of, if you get tired of farming or something, or you get done with all your fields and you got nothing to do, you could fast time and go on to the next stage or the next step. But now you can grab your fishing pole and go fishing. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the fishing hole. What are you? Maybe you can catch bones for bone meal. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe in Minecraft? We need a magnet fishing rod. Somewhere somebody is probably going to mod something like that in. They probably put in like a whole magnet fishing mod where you can grab your magnet and your rope and go magnet fishing, and you can pull, old bicycles out of the river, or old. I'm sure they probably won't do other things, certain things. But you can pull like hubcaps, and then you can take that to the crusher, like the debris crusher, and get money for it or something. Somebody's gonna mod that in. Somebody will do it down the line somewhere. Surprised that's not in Rust. Yeah. I guess, I don't know, maybe Rust is not a popular enough game for people to want to, like, do that. Maybe mod that in or something. I don't know. I know there's a lot of modders for Farm Sim. I know there's a lot of modders for, I think the popularity for Farm Sim and American Truck Simulator. I know there's mods for Flight Sim. I don't know how soon I'll get into those, but I do know I had mods on Flight Simulator, what was it, 2002. I had a Huey helicopter. That was my favorite thing to fly. I flew that thing everywhere. I replaced the sound package that it had with it with another Bell engine sound. I want to say it came off of the Cobra helicopter, maybe, but it sounded way more like the Huey engine. So I replaced that and flew that Bell helicopter everywhere. That was a fantastic helicopter. There might be a Bell helicopter in the game somewhere. I haven't even looked at all the aircraft yet. Gotta go back and look at that. I know there's helicopters in there. I know John said it was kind of difficult to fly a helicopter on controller. So I guess we'll see when we get there, maybe. I know it's weird because I've gotten used to, you know, Farming Simulator and Grand Theft Auto, you know, and all that. All the, you know, accelerator is always the trigger button, right? And Flight Simulator, that's not the case on controller. The throttle up is, what, the A button? And then I did discover that the brake button, which I didn't know where it was in the video yesterday, the actual brake button is supposed to be X. So I'm going to have to go back and look at that and try to, you know, figure that out. I am going to have to probably program some buttons. I know if we get into the jet planes, we'll need reverse thrust. Unless I can make that and the brake button the same. Because the only place you're going to hit the brake button is when you're on the ground, right? But the thing is like, if I'm on the taxiway, I don't want to hit the brake button and then whoever the plane is behind me hit my reverse thruster and then blast them off the taxiway. So, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just have to map a new function on the controller for just the reverse thrust. Where is Nantucket? Where's Nantucket? Oh, Massachusetts, okay. So they found... That's interesting. That's a lot. Sounds like a lot anyway. They found cocaine in the Nantucket sewage system. High concentrations of cocaine. So I wonder what's going on there. Sounds like there might be some either the mules or manufacturing or something. That's strange. I don't know if it's the next fentanyl though. They're calling it the next fentanyl. Wasn't cocaine around before fentanyl though? Fentanyl. How do you say it? Fentanyl? It's probably the southern pronunciation of fentanyl. Fentanyl. Probably like fentanyl or something like that. Fentanyl. Cocaine's been around for a while though. I'm pretty sure. Been around since at least the days of like the birth of rock and roll. Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, you know, all those people. It was probably around before then. You know what? It was around before then. They used to put cocaine. That's where Coca-Cola started. They actually used to put cocaine in Coca-Cola. And then they changed it. They stopped doing that and they started doing like, you know, sugar and, you know, carbonation, you know, and all that. It may have had carbonation back then too, but I think the original recipe was with cocaine, yeah. Where it got its name from? Coca-Cola. I don't think there will ever be a Fentanola though. Or maybe a Fent. Sounds like the tractor brand, doesn't it? Fent. We have Pepsi, Coke, Fent. No. I don't think that'll ever be a thing. Nope. I don't know about that. I don't think that'll happen. It might not. I mean, maybe in some other third world country or something, but I would say probably not. Probably not. Where you shake the magic 8 ball and it comes up with "Don't count on it." Probably the reply you would get out of the magic 8 ball. I don't know. Nowadays, they have these all these energy drinks, and I know that's a question anytime somebody young or younger comes in with issues with like palpitations, like cardiac palpitations, or symptoms of some type of fibrillation, or something like that. One of the questions that they ask is, do you drink energy drinks? Because that apparently that's it's a big deal. Those energy drinks are nothing to mess around with. All right, let's see if this works now. Oh wait, I'm not done. I've got this area up here. Got this little. If there's any area left, it won't work. So I gotta go plow this out up here real quick. Gotten all these in-betweens in here, though. Plowed this. This I'm leaving as a shoulder for now, until we get the trees out of here. Okay. Doesn't help to do GPS this way. This is really just probably 2 and a smidge passes here. Alright, now it should work. Always remember to turn your create field off, though. Yay, it worked. So those are the lines it's going to give me right now. Gotta think about it for a second. Gotta think about all the twists and turns. But he should be good to go. Yep. Alright, so that one's rolling. We'll let him do that. Did my other guy finish? Yes, he did. Cool. I'm going to move him back here by the river. So this field is ready. So what I'm actually going to do before I start plowing this area back here by the river up, I'm going to go grab a planter. Because it is the 1st of February, and we need to plant the cotton right now. Shut that off. Let me go find a planter. Not this one. I'm selling this one back. Gonna sell this tractor and that planter back. It's got some not really big issues, but I don't know where I left everything. That's the problem. I probably should start putting stuff in the sheds where it belongs. Like all my harvesting equipment that's out here. Got the thingamabops there. This would probably run that John Deere planter. Thought I had a tractor on a planter though. Maybe I don't. No, there's the plow I was in. Okay, so I've got to take something. I guess this one. I gotta go find. I'll go find the Kinsey. Where would I put that? Maybe down at the blue farm. Let me run down there and see if it's down there. Unless I parked it down. Unless it's down here. Maybe it's one of these things. No, not that. No, not that. I really thought I put this over here at the blue farm. You know what? I think I did. I think that's it right there. Yep, there it is. It's at the blue farm. It's where it should be. It's about the only thing that is where it should be. Is the Kinsey planter. This cedar up there. Maybe a little bump. Another little bump. Let's see, I've got seed inferred in here, but I'll probably swing by the red farm. They have tanks there. I can fill up that. Grass everywhere. Probably gonna have to start selling some silage again. I've got 2 merch. Across here. And what I'm probably gonna do, these grass fields here, once I get the grass out of them, probably gonna merge them together with some of these fields. Maybe not all the way down to where the border is down there with the creek, but just enough to have a little extra. And now we can start getting organized as far as what crops we plant where. And it's kind of smart to be, you know, strategic about it. So it makes sense to me to plant the cotton where we're going to plant cotton at. Down there, just right beside the spinnery. That way we don't have to haul it, you know, super far. Having a little extra. Yep, that's always a good thing. If this map had a theme song, it would probably be Let's Go Crazy by Prince. You know the song? Dun, 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 let's go crazy. Dun, 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 dun. Because, I mean, look at what all we've done with this map, and what all we're going to do with this map. We're not done. Just because we own the world, the entire world now, we are not done. This was all soybeans out here. We've got a 4 million liter surplus of soybeans. Another one of those extra good things. Probably park this in the back shed because I've got the planter up in the front shed. Go through and take the seed, and I don't really need the solid fert because I've got to use liquid fert for the other. Okay, there's some seed. Apparently I've got more. And then all we got left is solid fert. So I can leave the solid fert in here. That's good. Alright, I will back this in here. get the planter. So the front tank has got liquid fert full in it. Let's see where we sit with this one. That's actually not bad. It's pretty full. We'll just go load some, a little bit of this seed in there. Use some more liquid fert. Okay. Stop by the red farm and get liquid fert, some fuel, do a few repairs, and then we'll be on the road. Yep, we're gonna top off the fuel, Twitchy. Those are impressive windrows there. Oh, you mean back up here where the alfalfa, that other alfalfa field is? Yeah. I think that's from not picking it up the previous time. So I mowed right over it. So it kind of, the MacDon kind of rode it up into mega rows. Talking about these windrows right here. Probably the ones you saw. Yeah, those are some pretty impressive rows right there. Like that scene from the original Jurassic Park where Malcolm sees the big pile of dino droppings. He says, "No, that's one big pile of you know, stuff there." So kind of the same theological thinking a little bit, but it's alfalfa, so yeah. Alright, there should still be some in here. Okay. Grab a little go-go juice. Do a few repairs while we're here. On the tractor, tank, and the planter. Alright. Head this wagon south. and switch this over to cotton. Before I forget. It'd be bad to do a whole field of sugar beets and we don't have a sugar beet thing. Try to thread the needle through here. Thread the needle, thread the needle. I need to just go ahead and put some gravel down, like right there. That way I can use it as a quick little bypass. Got so much work to do out here. Gonna merge a lot of these fields together. Take out a lot of those trees. There's actually a pond out there somewhere. Kind of down, just down a little ways out in the middle of those trees, so we'll have to work around the pond. I don't really know. It's been a while since I leveled over a pond. We could do that, so I don't, maybe we will, maybe we won't. You'll have to tune in to the future videos, I guess, and see if we do or not. I don't know, we might. Level over a pond, fill in the pond. I've seen them do it before. It is a possibility. How close are you to mega fields of sugarcane IRL? IRL? Oh. How close are you IRL? So like in real life. So, you mean like sugar cane fields in real life? I actually don't know. I know there's probably some not close to me, but not too far from me. There's probably some out there that I don't know about. I will say the biggest stuff around me is probably going to be soybeans, corn, wheat, cotton, we do sorghum. Trying to think what all the rest of the stuff. I know I'm probably forgetting some. Probably the most we do of is probably soybeans. Weird how that does that. You can't actually see like the field where down there where I've created it at. Maybe we will after we do this though. So 2 headlands. Start with the headlands. Planting cotton. Let's go. Alright, so we're planting the cotton. We'll come back tomorrow. And don't know what we'll be doing. But it's time to go see John on his channel. Go right over there, Puma Plow. So stick with us here. We'll start this going. Alright. For everybody else, YouTube, you guys on Twitch, always remember you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. here on Twitch. And until then, have a good one. We'll see you. Here we go.